I know. We're here at Healthy Pets headquarters today with Susie and Jasmine, and this is Basil's favorite place to come and shop for his food and treats and toys and you name it. We can scan around the whole entire store and everything that you need for your pet is here. I've been a customer since Basil was born, so about 3 years now. I know I feed my dog Akana. Tell me a little bit about Akana and the other dog foods that you have.
Akana and Origin are from a company called Champion Pet Foods, and they really like to focus on what's biologically appropriate for your pets to eat, what their body is used the most, like nutritionally speaking.
This has been a huge change. I know when I had dogs years ago, you just went to the grocery store and you bought cans of dog food, and then sort of dry kibble came into it, but there was no talk really about the sort of higher end nutrition and things like that. That's changed so much.
Yeah, especially in about like the last 10 years, I would say. It's nice to work in an independent store where we can do our own research and actually bring in stuff that's good for them, you know?
How do I know what to feed my dog?
There's trial and error when you come in here based on what the customers ask for, what the customers require, what the dog's requirements, how old they are, do they have any issues, that kind of stuff. We try to help guide them towards a food that's appropriate for them. We guarantee all our food so they can return it and try something else. We also have sampling that we do, where a lot of the foods we have little samples they can try first.
When we're talking about doing research on your own for the store, so everybody has an opinion about dog food.
Yeah,
is it going to be grain-free? Is it going to not be grain-free these days?
It's just going through everything that you can find on the foods and figuring out, like, why is it good? What about it, is good for whatever reason? And I know sometimes working at a box store, which I've done, you're really stuck to a planogram, or you're like what you're told, or like whatever your rep from that company tells you is what you're led to believe is right. Or
scripted.
Yeah, exactly. So where we can go and actually, dig a little deeper. So one of our favorite topics and something that we're big advocates of is feeding our cats and dogs raw foods. It's definitely what their bodies have been designed to process more than kibble, which is just a convenient way of feeding them, really. They do need a little more moisture in their lives, and there's only about 10% in kibble versus the 50 to 70 that they need. So that being said, we do have a wide variety. There's the primal. We had touched on some of the others as well. And then we have a bunch of freezers in the back, and those are packed with mostly Canadian companies. We have Big Country Raw, Primal, which is a favorite, Tolden, which is a favorite, and that's very local. It's only Kempville, I believe, is where they're from. We also have Pets for Life. We have lots of bones and things to keep their teeth clean, so it's a favorite. And then down here we have our wonderful and ever-growing selection of wet cat food. Stuff from the UK, which again has amazing standards and high regulations to make sure everything is very clean, human grade and whatnot. From has an enormous cat line, which is wonderful, very palatable. The kitties seem to love it. Open Farm as well. The Go, again, is Canadian too. All kinds of them. One of the fun ones that we have is Roz, which is a company that actually donates 100% of their proceeds to 3 different charities, I believe, which is kind of fun. This one is new to us up here. It's a Little Big Pot. It's a hypoallergenic line for cats. And though it says mousse, it's actually more like a pate. And you get quite a bit in these little containers. It's actually full. It's not like a bag of chips that's half empty. It's been palatable. Doing really well. So we've had customers ask us over the years they can't find any fresh grown cat grass anywhere downtown, really. It's very touch and go at the local grocery store. So we decided to grow our own with a fun play on the number, our address being 420 catgrass. So we grow our own 420 catgrass. We use organic soil, and then we also ask if you bring us back the pots to reuse rather than tossing them, we'll give you 10% off your next purchase of catgrass.
That's another amazing aspect of what you guys do is the adoption of cats. Tell me about the adoption program that you guys are doing.
We work with a rescue out of Smith Falls called Furry Tales Cat Rescue. They are a registered charity. She does a lot of strays, a lot of pulling from the Quebec side where they do have a lot of euthanization. and then she gets them fixed, she gets them vetted, all their shots, spay neutered,
Heartworm checks,
microchip, and a free month of pet insurance. So
Oh, wow.
and so we are a foster location for her. So we'll have 1 or 2 cats usually in this store. Many times we can let them run around if they're social, which everybody loves.
Oh yeah.
And I also personally foster for them. So it's quite a I'm very involved with the rescue as well.
The selection of leashes and collars is amazing. Every color in the world you can imagine having.
This one here is a leather alternative, and it's used for people who don't want a fabric. So people who do a lot of stuff outside with their dogs. They also have the collars for the dogs who like to swim. They don't get stinky and dirty. They're easier to clean. We have supplements ranging from skin and coat stuff, glucosamine for those dogs who need a little extra help with their hips and joints. We have a nice line of shampoos. They're all natural. They don't have sulfates and things like that. This line here has Dead Sea minerals in them, which is all good for their coats, and they have a nice extensive line.
But I've always found the prices here to be more than fair. Certainly competitive with anybody else, and sometimes a lot less. And that's not because we're a discount. I mean, I don't do discounts. I think that you get value for what you pay for, and that's part of customer care. Is that your pricing is fair, and that's what I've always found with you guys.
Yes.
And like nobody else has like fun balloon bow ties and rainbow bandanas and things like that. I'm gonna buy these for myself, I think. I bet you get people. The older clip-ons too, my favorite. No. I'm David Kenneth DeBruce for Room Service at Healthy Pets HQ. We have been, and so has Basil.